It's week 3 of the NFL, and we'll see the Buccaneers leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Bucs and the Hawks. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. Welcome to the booth, everyone. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, all set for a good one here. Greg, this is one of those interesting things because you talk to both coaches. They've schemed, plotted all week, and the question becomes, who's got the plan that's going to fit against this other team?
Well, that's always the question, and I think if we really got honest responses from some of these play callers in pregame, I think they're not even quite sure. Everyone goes in feeling really good about their week work. They feel really good about where they are from a game plan perspective, but now can you adjust?
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started, and off we go from Lumen Field. This taken at the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
We both could get the sense from talking to him this week leading up to today's game, like just the amount of pressure he felt that was on his shoulders. And frankly, in the entire locker room, they need to get their first win. When you study NFL history, starting a season 0-3, not many teams have ever made the playoffs in the Super Bowl era, only 6. So if they want to get a chance to find themselves in the playoff hunt, if they just want to get their season on track, a win today is going to go a long way.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Opening carry of the game, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
On 4th down, it's hammer time. The Scottish hammer. Jamie Gillen on to kick. Take it in, back at his own 12. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. They're going to be led out by their quarterback, the rookie from Oklahoma.
So he's coming off a game, Mike, that was really a bit of a mixed bag. I mean, on one hand, 5 touchdowns and the victory. That's the ultimate goal. On the other hand, very careless with the ball at times. It led to a handful of turnovers. He got away with it last week, but I'm not sure that's something he wants to make a habit of going forward. He has to find that happy medium. Be aggressive, but don't be reckless. If he's able to do that, I think they got a good chance of coming out on top once again.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. They send Godwin in motion. They run with the Oregon man. It's Bucky Irving. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Byron Murphy there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. On the handoff, it's Irving. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in, and he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A peek at his receiving numbers from a week ago, part of the offensive performance that led them to victory. Here's 2nd and 2. They send Godwin in motion. Got his man at the 6. And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. It'll be 1st and goal. That's a gain of 28.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw yet again. To the goal line and in. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Tampa. That his first touchdown of the new year. Matt Gay on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bucs will take a 7-0 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They face 2nd down and 7. On the ground, here's Dobbins. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
A run with Dobbins. Looking for room out on the edge. You're not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Buccaneers offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw out of the gun. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly in his 3rd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Sometimes you just have to know when it's time to go home. You got to know when the party is over, and I'm not taking anything away from the effort. It was a great job here by the quarterback to extend this play as long as he could, but instead of throwing it away at the end, he ends up taking the sack.
That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
They'll give it to Dobbins. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Now it's Dobbins. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play. 3rd and 9. Back to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. They left a man wide open downfield. He's got him. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. A pass pulled in by Irving. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. A give. This is Irving. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. The one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Here's Daniel Whelan now. He's on for the 2nd time. They'll try to get something inside the 10. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. The drive will start on the ground. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. He'll manage only a couple. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Throwing now from the gun. He'll try and get there on the ground. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 7-0 is our score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Here's 1st and 10. He finds Jaden Reed for the grab. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. That one's to the sideline complete. Nice grab as he stays in bounds. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down. Now, faking the give. He'll get this out to his running back.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Yes, he does. 1st and goal coming up. Here's a run. He's slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll go with him again. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
The extra point is good. And the Seahawks will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Buccaneers offense back onto the field for their next possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Irving. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He finds Likely, his tight end. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. 1st and 10. They send Godwin in motion. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And this will be incomplete.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
3rd down and 9. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is into the hands of McMillan. And he will score. Jalen McMillan. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Buccaneers will move out to a 14-7 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Comeback route, and he's got it. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Schultz is the motion man. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing right, it's taken in.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll look to throw. Now he takes off. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
He'll look to throw. He'll try to run for it. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. A dive, and he's in! Hey, Dobbins. Touchdown, Seattle. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Bucs offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This one, everything we could have hoped for at this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Godwin working the right side. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick 1st down. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth 1st half. We're back to Seattle after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. To the sideline. He's got more. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space. Because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
They'll look to throw again. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. It's the tight end Likely in motion. He's got his big tight end, Isaiah Likely. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And the show continues. What a 1st half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Next to score, Buccaneers 21, Seahawks 14.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14, and they'll begin 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
No issues there. This one is good. And the Seahawks will cut the lead down to 4.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to air this one out. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here, and the visiting Buccaneers have the advantage as we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Joe Milton, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Packers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Tua Tagovailoa with a touchdown throw. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To the tight end, Likely. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
as a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
A game of 9 yards. First down, Buccaneers.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That one incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And he will not be able to get away. Great coverage downfield. Left him with nowhere to go.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punch it away. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The Seahawks offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And they're going to move this one all the way up near the 30-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
High throw, but it's reeled in. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
You can tell the quarterback has built a lot of confidence in his ability to make plays today with his feet. The defense has had a hard time keeping him in check, and this time, much better job in pursuit. Even though he was able to get outside the pocket, they were able to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Taking off, he'll try to get there. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle. Just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30-yard line.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? They'll try to get this one on the ground. They will have it at the 24-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
This one is caught by Reed. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now, faking the give. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the Seahawks 1st down. They'll wind up getting the yards they need on 4th and 3. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's in. Touchdown, Seahawks. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bucs offense ready to take over possession of the football. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. To the left side, to Godwin. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. The handoff, it's Irving. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A throw right side. Going to be taken in by McMillan. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving. And he'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 5 yards. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. They'll run with Irving. And he's going to have a Buccaneers 1st down. They convert on 3rd and 3 with a gain of 7 yards.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
Now Barkley. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's...
And he's into the end zone. Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Bucs have taken a 4-point advantage. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The break, the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. And a good run there. Going to give him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll give it to Dobbins. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. He'll look to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Schultz is the motion man. A run with Dobbins. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
He runs with it. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. Ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Seattle. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And he's fighting and trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
To the outside, a catch made by Moore. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That is caught. He got Godwin. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9, just a yard short of that 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. A pass caught by Saquon. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll find McMillan here. And he will score. Jalen McMillan. Touchdown, Buccaneers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And, Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Next to score, Buccaneers 35, Seahawks 31.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Time now becoming a factor as we get to 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. And here comes 4th down. Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. Now the return, and he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll run it. It's Irving. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. A give. This is Irving. And he'll manage only the 34-yard line. He's brought down after a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Right back to Irving. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. The Buccaneers getting their punter out there as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. So, a win here for the visiting Bucs. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start.